welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an original book tag for you. I have had a look on YouTube and I can't find this tag anywhere. I've seen one that's kind of a tiny little bit similar, but this one's a very different spin on that tag, so I'm 100% sure that this is an original tag. If for some reason you do find a video and it is like this, and I do apologise, but to the best of my knowledge I haven't seen this video so far. So this one is called the Marvel Heroes and Villains book tag. Basically I'll talk about Marvel superheroes and villains and talk about book characters that remind me of them who are very similar. So the first one I've got is number 1, Hawkeye from the Avengers. An underrated character that deserves more recognition, and for me this is going to be Nehemia from the Throne of Glass series. She befriends Selena in Throne of Glass and she's a very lovely, very fair, nice, warm character who doesn't get much recognition. People don't talk about her very much. I thought she deserved more character development and basically more time and more focus on her in the books, because she was one of my favourite characters in this series so far. Despite the fact I didn't like the first book, she made the first book very bearable. So yeah, Nehemia is my answer for this one. Number 2, Iron Man. A character that is far too big for the boot, needs taking down a peg or two, and for me this is Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter series. I can't stand Umbridge. She is one of the worst characters I've ever read about. She's just infuriating. She's so overbearing, so over the top, so arrogant. She definitely needs taking down a peg or two. She gets way too big for her boots, makes herself way too comfortable. I cannot stand Umbridge. She's one of my most hated book characters ever. Number 3 is Loki. A bad character that you know you should hate, but you secretly hope that they will win. And without, this isn't a spoiler, but this is going to have to be Sebastian Verlac from the Mortal Instruments series. Even though he's a bad character, I was always rooting for Sebastian, always rooting for him, hoping he was going to come out on top, always sticking with him. He's like the underdog character. Even though he's a bad character, you can't help but follow him and like him and think he's an interesting character and really want him to win. So yeah, Sebastian's my answer for this one. Number 4, Wolverine. A character that you feel is always misunderstood by everybody, and again, going back to Throne of Glass, I'm going to have to say Chaol from the Throne of Glass series. I understand some things he says and does with Selena and other characters can be seen as controversial, but have to remember things that happen to him are a very big surprise. He's going through a lot of stuff. He's a very misunderstood character. He has his reasons for doing things, he has his reasons for not doing things. I like Chaol, I'm a fan of him, I have been since the first Throne of Glass book. And I think people just need a little bit more patience and a bit more understanding with Chaol, because if you look past some of the daft things that he says and his stubbornness, he's actually a really nice, caring character. Number 5, Shadowcat from the X-Men, or Kitty Pryde is her real name. A character that would have been a total badass if the author had just given them a chance. And again, I feel Luna Lovegood. She's got the ability to do well, especially in care of magical creatures. I wish she had more recognition with that. I wish things were written more differently for her to showcase her lovely side, her compassion for people, her empathy for people. She would have been a total badass character, I think, and she's really intelligent. Obviously she's a Ravenclaw, so if she was shown more learning how to do her spells and how to do her magic, she would have been even more of a badass. I love Luna. I know she's one of my favourite characters, but I wish she'd have been given just a little bit more of like a tougher edge to her, because she's got it in her. I know she has. She just wasn't really given the chance. Number 6, Captain America. A character who is the glue that holds everything together, and again, from Harry Potter, Hermione Granger holds everything together. She keeps people level-headed, especially Harry and Ron when they have the moments if they have a bit of a falling out and that kind of thing. She keeps them together. She keeps the flow of everything going. She keeps people level-headed, brings them down to the ground when they need it. So Hermione Granger is very good at keeping everybody together. She keeps everybody on the straight and narrow, which throughout the series, the books and the movies, they need that. Sometimes they need a bit more of a authoritative figure to help do that. When they're not around their teachers, Hermione is perfect for that. Number 7, Spider-Man. A character who, despite all that they do, does not like to be in the limelight. Despite all they do, they don't like to be in the limelight. Simon Lewis from the Mortal Instruments. He does a lot in the Mortal Instruments. Again, he could have been like an underrated character in my opinion. Does a lot for Clary, a lot for Jace, despite the fact that him and Jace don't really get on throughout a lot of the series. So selfless, so caring. Does loads of things, doesn't want any recognition for anything that he does. Anytime someone tries to do anything, they try to thank him. He's far too oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just far too shy and far too awkward, and a very sincere person. He just doesn't like recognition of anything he does. He deserves loads more because, like I said, he's one of the most selfless characters I've ever read about. He does so much. He's so brave, so loyal, but he doesn't want any recognition for it, which makes him all the more of a nicer character in my opinion. He doesn't want fame and glory and thanks and anything. He's just happy to be helping people. Number 8, the Punisher. A character who just always wants to work alone. And again, Throne of Glass, Selena Sardothian in the Throne of Glass series, despite the fact she's got people around her that care about her and people who are willing to help her and fight for her and kill for her and die for her, she would always still prefer to just do everything on her own path. She's used to doing things on her own from when she was a kid, never really had anybody to rely on, so she always wants to do everything herself to the point where she's very stubborn. I wouldn't accept any help from anybody else. So Selena is my answer for this one. Number 8, Heimdall, who is the gate guardian of Asgard where Thor lives. A character who would protect somebody no matter what the cost. And again, Throne of Glass, this is going to be Rowan from Throne of Glass, who comes in Heir of Fire, the 3rd book in the series. He won't stop at anything to protect anybody he cares about, to the point where he would obviously die for people that he cares about. I know a lot of characters in books do that, but he's very fierce and he's quite a scary, intimidating character. He won't stop at anything to protect anybody that loves. I know, like I said, there's loads of book characters who would die for the people that they love. Despite the fact I don't really like him with Selena, I like him on his own as a character. I respect him. He reminds me a lot, if you've played the video game The Witcher, he reminds me of Geralt, the main character from The Witcher. He's exactly the same as him. But yeah, very protective. Number 10, Thanos. A bad character who could destroy everything all at once. And this one's quite hard to think of really, because when people think that someone's going to destroy everything, they think it could be magic, really, and I suppose it could be magic. Without giving away spoilers, if you read Throne of Glass, like the 1st or 2nd books, I can't remember the name, but he's a king of Ardalan, Dorian's father in Throne of Glass. He has the ability, as the books go on further, to just literally wipe everybody out and control everything and put an end to everybody and everything if he really wanted to. I'm not going to say how, obviously, because it's a spoiler, but the king, he could wipe out everybody within about 5 minutes if he really wanted to. Number 11, the Hulk, a character that just seems to leave a trail of destruction no matter where they go. And again, I'm going to have to say Clary Frey from the Mortal Instruments series, even though to begin with she doesn't really mean to, because she doesn't know she's a part of this world. When she is thrown into this world, trouble just seems to follow her everywhere. She can't catch a break. She sorts one thing out and literally 10 minutes later it seems something else is happening to her. Bad things just seem to be drawn to her and follow her around and cause all these problems for her and put everybody she loves and cares about in danger. Obviously that's not her fault, but she thinks she's solved one scenario and then she just seems to throw herself into another one. So no matter where she goes, people are fighting, getting hurt, getting killed, people are getting kidnapped, all sorts of things. So yeah, Clary just seems to leave a trail of destruction everywhere she goes. And finally, number 12, Magneto. A bad character who you wish could take over and become the leader instead. And this isn't from proper books per se, this is from the Walking Dead comics. And I haven't got far enough to the comics for him to be in the comics yet, but he's in the TV show, and that's Negan from The Walking Dead. Even though he's a villain, he's my favourite character in the show now. Brought a breath of fresh air to the TV show, and people that watch it and read it know that Rick Grimes is the leader of the group. And obviously there's a rivalry between these two, and I really hope at one point Negan takes over and becomes the leader of this group. I think he's just what they need. He's got, pardon my language, he's got the balls to take charge and do things that need to be done. He doesn't mess about, he gets things that need to be done, he's fair. I like Negan, I want him to take over. I'm fed up now with Rick Grimes being the leader. It would be nice to see somebody else take over. So yeah, guys, that's it for this book tag. Like I said, 99% sure it's an original book tag. Had a lot of fun doing this, and the questions were a lot of fun to come up with. I absolutely love Marvel, so I could probably do a list of about 50 Marvel people and talked about them. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to join in with this video. If you're watching this video, consider yourself tagged to do this video. Have fun with it. Be as creative as you want. Tag people you know if you want them to do it, link people, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments and have a chat to me. If you like Marvel, you like reading anything, leave me a comment and I'll have a chat to you. Please subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you very soon with another one. Bye!